Your North Node shows what you are meant to materialize in this lifetime. Your South Node shows what you already possess. That's why they are opposing. So using what you possess, you are meant to materialize something new, the thing that you do not have. Because what you don't have is a direct reflection of what you do. So, anyways, the North Node is associated with the 6th house and with the sign of Virgo. Because the South Node is associated with the 12th house and the sign of Pisces. Now, there are other associations, like in Vedic astrology, they consider the North Node exalted in Aquarius. However, the reason why it is because Mercury is exalted in Aquarius. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, right? Virgo and Mercury all have to do with details and with observations and with mental processes. And so, of course, Mercury is exalted in Aquarius, the sign of logic. But the North Node is also having to do with Virgo, so that's why it's also, exalted in Aquarius, as in Vedic astrology, right? But it is associated with the 6th house. The 6th house has to do with materializing things. It's our day-to-day routine, it's our job, the things that we accomplish. It's the house of tasks, to-do lists. It's the house of mental overwhelm, because once that house becomes overwhelmed, this is where you can start to get OCD or too much on your mind, too much on your plate. Because, like I said, it's the house of tasks. Anyways, your North Node is what you are meant to materialize in this lifetime. And so let's briefly go over, what this means in each of the signs and houses. So 1st house / Aries. In this life, you're meant to materialize an identity for yourself. And you're meant to materialize some sort of goals. Because your South Node is in Libra, meaning that what you have and what you possess is you possess social intelligence. You possess an ability to navigate relationships and obligations. But you tend to find yourself comfortable fulfilling obligations to others and comfortable fulfilling the needs of partners and other people. Now, in this lifetime, what you're meant to accomplish is materialize your own objectives, establish your own identity, establish your own individuality. 2nd house or Taurus. So the North Node being in the 2nd house or Taurus indicates that in this life you are meant to materialize some sort of wealth, some sort of accumulation of matter, something important to you. And the sign that it's in will give you more details, or the house that it's in, depending on, which you're watching for right now. But 2nd house in Taurus indicates psychology as well. Having an understanding of your own psychology and your own values. That's what you're learning to develop in this lifetime, and moving away from a lack mindset. So being able to fulfill what puts your psychology at ease, being able to fulfill your needs. That is your life purpose, because with the South Node in Scorpio, you have come with desires or unfulfilled needs, unmet needs, and a lack mentality of some sort. Next up, we have Gemini or the 3rd house. So if you have North Node in Gemini or the 3rd house, this means in this lifetime you are meant to materialize or establish your own opinion, your own thinking process. But specifically, you're meant to establish faith in your own mind and your own intelligence. Your South Node is in Sagittarius, which has to do with the minds of others, the teachings of others, the opinions of others, and also external belief systems. It has to do with patriarchy and more so guru figures, teacher figures, professor figures, people that you perceive to be above you, and opinions and belief systems that you perceive to be above you and greater. So you have come into this life with a lot of faith in others and faith in external beliefs. And in this um, lifetime, you are meant to materialize opinions of your own. So perhaps to create your own systems of belief and to spread your own ideas and your own knowledge and to express your mind. North Node in the 4th house or in Cancer. So with Cancer being your North Node, this indicates that you have come here to materialize creative projects. You've also perhaps come to establish security and family, either or. But your South Node being in the 10th house indicates that you have mastered or you have understanding of work, life, and success. And this is where you are comfortable. You're comfortable going out in the world and doing things that matter to other people. That's what the 10th house is about. So this means your responsibilities, your job, and what people expect of you. In this lifetime, you are meant to do the things that matter to yourself and to your own well-being and to your own emotional comfort and your own emotional security, as well as pursue your own creative projects, your own creative pursuits, even if nobody is expecting those things from you. That's what Cancer is. It's those creative developments. Cancer rules the womb, the mother, the womb, where the baby develops. And so a baby does not have to be a life form. A lot of times what can be developed in Cancer is creative projects, like I said. And so, yeah, that is North Node in Cancer or in the 4th house. And you want to look which house or sign that it's in, depending on which sign you're watching for right now. You want to look at the other one that it's in to see what type of projects you're materializing. So next up, we have North Node in Leo or the 5th house. So the 5th house has to do with value to others. It's all about gaining validation, meaning for others to confirm your value. But it's the part of us that has to do with our ego. It also has to do with what people associate with us for. It's what people appreciate us for. And it can have to do with entertainment of others, inspiring others, making others laugh. But it's just anything that you present to the world. So it can have to do with creativity, projects as well, things that you give to others as value or that you present to others on a public stage. So with North Node in Leo or in the 5th house, you are meant here to materialize value for others. So you're meant to present things that are creative, inspiring, things that you have developed. You are meant to express your creativity publicly and present it to the world. And as well, you are meant to enjoy yourself and have fun. And you are meant to open yourself up and become somebody that people want to associate with and that people find pleasant and inspiring and fun to be around.
You're just meant here to give value to others in some form. And you want to look at the house or the other sign that your North Node is in to get more details basically on the expression of this. But you are meant to do things that will receive validation or that will be appreciated by others.
Next up, we have the North Node in Virgo or in the 6th house. So in this life, you have came here to materialize work for others, materialize acts of service and duties and tasks. So you've came here as a servant, and this means that on a daily basis, you may find yourself wanting to accomplish things. And the ideal expression of your North Node would be eventually you are able to find discipline and consistency and be able to find your dream job. You know, your dream work, the thing that you can do over and over and over and keep developing and bringing other people's service through. Now, it also has to do with health, and it has to do with structure. So in this lifetime, you're meant to materialize some sort of structure, especially a activity structure. So your actions, not necessarily like a building or like a material structure, but like a life structure. You're meant to materialize a way of life in this lifetime, because you have come with South Node in Pisces, which is you have come with a lot of creativity, and you have a tendency to procrastinate, perhaps. And you like to just imagine things, and you have an open-minded mindset. And now in this lifetime, it's time to focus on the details. That's what Virgo is about, and the North Node being in the 6th house, or Virgo. Next up, we have Libra. So North Node in Libra or the 7th house. In this lifetime, you're meant to materialize relationships, partnerships, and agreements with others, business contracts. And you are meant to materialize win-win situations where you get your objectives met and the other person gets their objectives met as well. So collaborative situations, or perhaps situations that bring both people something that they want. You are meant to utilize others to help you with your objectives, because in this lifetime you've came with the South Node in Aries, meaning you have came from a perspective or a mastery of individual responsibility. So you usually take responsibility for everything yourself. You carry all the workload on your own back. And this is your comfort zone. And this is an ability that you possess. And you have a tendency to continue doing this. But your goals are so lofty in this world, in this lifetime, that now it will require you to utilize others to help you. And you are meant to materialize long-lasting relationships, perhaps marriage in another sense, but partnership. So, yeah. Next up, we have North Node in Scorpio. So, also the 8th house. With North Node in Scorpio, what you're meant to materialize is you're meant to materialize your desires and your motives. You come here with the South Node in Taurus. So what you could possess is you possess contentment, and you perhaps possess wealth of some sort. But most importantly, you just possess some sort of comfort zone that is difficult for you to break out of. You tend to be content, and in a funny sense, this contentment leads to discontentment for you, because it feels like you want to do more. It feels like you're not doing as much as you could when you have the South Node in Taurus. And literally in this lifetime, you have meant to come here and establish desires and to learn how to want things, learn how to be motivated, and then to materialize those desires. And this will lead you to accumulate even more wealth and even more standing, because you tend to be content where you're at with South Node in Taurus, which is the curse it's the blessing and the curse, So you tend to not be content with the fact that you don't feel motivated, right? Because you are content, but this makes you discontent. It's kind of weird. It's like it feels like you could be doing so much more, but you don't have the desires. So that's what you came here to materialize and to experience. You came here to, establish desires and motives and to accomplish them and to get out of your comfort zone and your zone of contentment. Next up, we have the North Node in Sagittarius, or the 9th house. So in this lifetime, you have come to establish faith or to materialize some sort of knowledge. So you have the South Node in Gemini, or the 3rd house. And what this indicates is that you have come here with high intelligence and many questions. and you always want to find answers to things, but the way that your mind works is that you need to understand everything yourself with South Node in Gemini or the third house. And so it is difficult for you to have faith in things outside of yourself or in the opinions of other people. And so this actually, creates a form of limitation to a certain extent, because it's like you feel like you have to understand everything. And in this your life, you are meant to use the ideologies and also the collaboration of others, the knowledge of others, in order to lighten that workload off of your mind and to start to establish faith in external belief systems, even things that you might read out of a book, be able to use that to your advantage. And what you are here to materialize as well is perhaps knowledge. So this is pretty straightforward in the sense that maybe you have come here to educate yourself, or to, in this lifetime, climb up the ranks of the school system and to go through some sort of knowledge journey or some sort of intellectual journey. So that is it. But Sagittarius in the ninth house has to do, with the minds of other people. So this is what you've come here to materialize and explore. You've come here to accumulate stuff that came from the minds of other people. So knowledge, information, and also faith, belief in things that other people wrote or other people thought of. So, yeah.
Lastly, it's about leaving your immediate environment. So with the South Node in Gemini, your comfort zone tends to be your immediate community, neighborhood, city, or town, your siblings and childhood friends. That seems to be your comfort zone or your environment. With the North Node in Sagittarius, this is about letting that go temporarily at least, or even permanently, in order to travel and journey to new places and meet new faces. And it's about having that faith in the journey, in the process, that leap of faith. You also came here to interact with the minds of others in some way. So it may not be about faith, but it's more so about assimilating what other people tell you and comparing it to what you have as well, and debating or exchanging ideas. You perhaps have came here to teach others what you know. So sometimes it can be the reverse. Sometimes it could be you teaching others and you building a following. But also others can teach with you. So knowledge is really an exchange. With the South Node in Gemini, you're used to sticking to your own guns, sticking to your own intellect, and just thinking through everything yourself. And there's a sense of mental overwhelm when it comes to larger scale ideologies and when it comes to expansion. So now it is about exchanging with others, exchanging with the minds and the intellects of others when you have the North Node in Sagittarius.
Next up, we have the North Node in Capricorn, or the 10th house. So in this lifetime, you have come here to materialize some sort of status, success, recognition, or position, because the South Node that you have is Cancer, and Cancer is all about security, comfort, and it's also about doing things that matter to us. So you've come here with a strong sense of perhaps family and a strong sense of comfort, and feeling like you are confident in yourself to a certain extent, and in how you feel. Like, you don't feel like you need to do the things that other people think are important. That's what you've come here with. And you've come here with some sort of creative ability perhaps as well, because Cancer has to do with the creative process. And so you are meant to use this creative ability now to materialize your 10th house, or the sign of Capricorn, which has to do with status, success, or recognition. See, Cancer is our emotions, and it's what matters to us, our attachments. And Capricorn is the opposite. So it is the attachments, emotions, and what is important to others. So that's why it has to do with recognition and accomplishment. So it's pretty straightforward here in the sense that you've come here to materialize things that will matter to others and give you status as a result, or recognition or position. And you're also meant to take care of the feelings of other people rather than only doing what makes you feel comfortable. So in this lifetime, you have a desire to be in charge for once, and you have a desire to be responsible for others and make sure that they are well, and to basically put a roof over their heads or make sure that people can depend on you. That's what you came here to materialize. So hopefully that made sense. Next up, we have the 11th house, or Aquarius. So if you have the North Node here, this is about materializing some sort of higher goal that is outside of the norm of society. So this has to do with innovation, and this has to do with personal interests and turning your personal interest into something that matters to society. So let's say everybody is working in your whole society, like everybody's working in certain fields, and there's a limited amount of fields, but you have something else in mind for yourself. You like doing something that's not normally monetized, or that's not normally seen as important. Well, this could indicate that with the North Node in the 11th house, you are meant to turn that into something that matters and show people why it matters, and also in a way monetize it too. The 11th house is the house of gains, monetary gains and whatnot, because it's the second from the 10th house. So it also has to do with self-employment, self-sufficiency, entrepreneurship, and being a rebel, being different, and having your own individuality, doing things your own way, and not caring if you receive social support right away. Just always knowing that you are doing the right thing for you. So it's the opposite of Leo. Leo is about doing things to receive some sort of validation from others. And it's always about doing what will bring value to other people. So that is your South Node. You have an understanding of how to bring value to other people and how to be somebody that people want to associate with. This is just what you have by default. But sometimes in this lifetime, you will get sick of that. And sometimes you will want to do the things that you know are important and that you know matter. But you know that at the same time, you won't receive the usual social support from. And this is quite difficult for you because this is your North Node. You find it easy and comfortable to just always do what people will like. You always give people what they want to see because you have the South Node in Leo. So in this lifetime, though, you want to go after those ideas that are a little bit out there, or those interests that you have that you know are super cool or super important for society, but that, you know, might rub people the wrong way. And Aquarius is about rubbing people the wrong way at first, just so that they can see what really needs to be seen. And it's the rebel. So that is really what your North Node is about. Doing the things that interest you or that you are an advocate for. So making people see what matters. Next up, we have the North Node in Pisces, or the 12th house. So with the North Node in Pisces, or the 12th house, this indicates that you have come here to materialize some sort of creative vision or some sort of dream that you have. Also, perhaps you've come here to develop faith and to ascend a little bit, especially in terms of vibration. So your South Node is in Virgo, and this has to do with routine, mundane life, patterns, habits, and repetitive tasks, repetitive days, you know. So you have come here with a understanding of work and service, and you find it comfortable to just go about life on a repetitive day-to-day basis, accomplishing mundane tasks or responsibilities. But sometimes you lose the element of creativity and of building towards a dream. So in this lifetime, you're meant to chase your dreams a little bit, or to incorporate your dreams into your work ethic and into your routine and patterns and habits. You're also meant to let loose a little bit, let the reins go, and develop faith in your imagination and faith in your manifestations and in your vision. And you're supposed to bring your ideals to life in this lifetime. And develop a sort of faith in life. So this may be a more difficult North Node because it is debilitated, or I guess, yeah, it's debilitated in the 12th house. So it's a weird thing to ask somebody to develop faith, right? Because it's hard to say how to do that. You know, it's difficult. But basically, it's about your imagination in this lifetime, and also building a more ideal life based on your dreams and your creativity, and becoming a more creative individual. So it's one of the most hard north nodes because it's, like I said, it's reversed, it's debilitated. But yeah, and basically this will cause you to ascend to a certain extent, because once this lifetime is over, you will be at a more creative understanding of reality. So to a certain extent, you will be able to serve others better because you have creative ideas. But once in the next lifetime, or after this lifetime, basically, you will be at a higher place. You will be able to perceive life and see a bigger picture, basically, than just life on earth, basically. So it can also have to do with spiritual journeys and stuff. But yeah, so that is North Node in the 12th house and Pisces. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.